Let's try to understand about the params keyword in C sharp. Okay. How basically we can make uses of params keyword. In order to understand the use of params keyword, we have to understand a particular scenario. For example, I have created a method called add multiple numbers. Okay. And if I show you their implementation, currently it is taking two input parameters and then just returning, adding and returning the values. Now assume a scenario where I have to add three input parameters, right? So if I pass here three, it will not accept that one. Now it will start giving me error saying it accepts only, it doesn't take three arguments. So I will be required to create another method which will be taking three input parameter. And if I say like this int c, and then I will say plus c, so it will work fine. Now I will be able to add 3. I have to add 4 number. What we can see now, even 3 number will also not working, and I will be required to create one another method, and then I will have to increase one more parameter called new, maybe d, and then I will add them. So this is how basically we will go with the solution as per this requirement. So if number of input parameters are getting changed every time, we have to create a new method. And if you see, this is not a professional approach that you should follow, because the unnecessarily codes are, in fact, if you see, so till here int ab was common. Just because of increasing one parameter, we are supposed to write entire new method. Okay, so to get rid of this scenario, we have a solution, and that can be resolved using params keyword. Okay, so what you can do, if you are not sure, or you have to deal with multiple input parameters, in that case, don't create every individual methods to handle the particular number of input parameters. Rather, you put here params. So you can put here params, then int and maybe array, like this. So here what will happen now, here what will happen, actually basically this is the input array. Okay, so now whatever the value that we will be putting inside this, you just need to put one for loop on that. Maybe you can say input array. Let's give some meaningful name. So you can say input array. Okay, and then you can apply one for each loop. Here you can say for each, and then maybe int I in, then input array, and here you can say sum. So maybe int sum equal to 0, and then you can say sum plus, or simply we will write sum equal to sum plus I. So this way we will be able to add, and then you can return the sum. So here what will happen now, we are now, this time this method is not limited to any particular number of input parameters. Whatever the input parameters, now whatever the number of input parameters that you will pass, all will be accepting inside this array because of this params keyword. Okay, and then you can put iteration on that, and then you can add in simple, the sum equal to sum plus I, or you can also write it like sum plus equal to I, which is a shorthand operator. Okay, so both are same, and it will be returning. So currently it will be 6 5 11 and 670. If we run, we are expecting 17. Let's see we are getting the same output or not. So my screen basically here, it came and it went. I will also write console dot read key to wait the screen, and now if I again run, you will see we are getting 17 here. Okay, maybe let's correct the message. We can say params demo, and then this is the result, right? Even if we make the 2 only, it will successfully handle the 2, and currently it will print 6 only. Okay, so you can say ki because of this input parameters, I mean because of this params keyword, we are able to handle different number of input parameters using same method. Okay, now you don't need to create the again and again the different method for different input parameters. I mean different number of input parameters. It can accept one input parameter, two, three. Overall, params keyword allows you to to handle the different number of input parameters, whether it can be one input parameter, two input parameter. Means if you have the variable number of input parameters where you are not sure how many numbers are going to be the input parameter, in that case you can go for params. One more important thing that you can keep in mind about params keyword is कि always params keyword should be the last of the input parameters. For example, currently in this method we have only one, and that we are taking as this. Assume I want one another input parameter to be taken of double type. So how we can write? Is it possible like we can put comma double and then b? No, you cannot put. Why? The reason, if error, if you say, it says a params parameter must be the last parameter in a formal parameter. Means here params keyword should be used in the last parameter. If you have any other data type to be used, make sure you are using that in beginning. Like double b, you can't make it in last, but definitely you can pass it in beginning, and this way you will be able to do that. And now you will be able to handle. So if you want to add, so you can add here also. Means sum equal to b, and after that whatever you will be giving the value, that basically it is in that case you need to make it double, and then it will be adding and it will be returning the value. Maybe I can pass from here 12.5 comma, and you will get now the respective result. Okay, so here we are getting some error. It says return sum. So that needs to be double. I need to remove this int with double as return type got changed. If we run, still we have some error. Let's see what it says. Okay. So everywhere just data type needs to be changed. Make it double, save it, and let's see if still we have any error or not. So this time you can see we are able to handle the different data type as well. Okay, so this is how basically you deal with params keyword, where params keyword means this facility has been provided to us so that we can handle multiple input parameters. That's it. So yeah,